Hello students, our topic is pancreas. Pancreas is retroperitoneal organ and it is situated behind the stomach. See, this is the stomach. After reflecting the stomach, you can see the organ. This one is the pancreas, which is situated across the posterior abdominal wall. Pancreas is soft lobulated gland, consists of both exocrine and endocrine part. It extends from, see, this one is the pyloric end of the stomach, this one is the duodenum. You can see this one is the duodenum. So pancreas extends from the on the right side from the concavity of duodenum. See here, from here to the on the left side up to the spleen. So this whole soft lobulated gland is the pancreas. It occupies the posterior part of the epigastrium and left hypochondrium. It is separated from the posterior-inferior surface of the stomach by the cavity of the lesser sac. The length of the pancreas, that is the 10 to 15 centimeter, and breadth is the 3 to 4 centimeter. See, you can see here, these are the superior mesenteric vessels, reflecting them on the left side, and shape of the pancreas. Here you can see it is the retort shape organ, this one. So presenting parts of the pancreas, they are from right to left side. Head, this one is the head, then neck, body and tail. So you can see this head of the pancreas lies within the concavity of the duodenum, which has anterior surface, posterior surface, then four borders. They are superior border, right border, lower border and left border. Then here, from the lower and left part of the head of the pancreas, one triangular projection, the triangular projection, which is called as uncinate process, extends upward and medially towards the left side. So this triangular projection is called as uncinate process. On the anterior surface of this triangular projection, there is relation of superior mesenteric vessels. So you can see this is the superior mesenteric artery and superior mesenteric vein. Vein lies on the right side of the superior mesenteric artery. Then you can see here in the groove, this is the duodenum. So the groove between the second part of the duodenum and head occupies the ventral anastomosis and dorsal anastomosis between the superior and inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. So here you can see this one, this artery is the gastroduodenal artery coming from the common hepatic artery, and the branch coming from the gastroduodenal artery, this one is the superior pancreatico-duodenal artery, this one is the superior mesenteric artery. This artery, this one coming from the superior mesenteric artery, is the inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. So here in the groove you can see the anastomosis between the superior pancreatico-duodenal and inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Here the head is separated from the neck of pancreas by, in the upper part there is a groove for the gastroduodenal artery. So you can see here, this is the groove for the gastroduodenal artery, which separates this head of the pancreas from the neck. Now this neck has anterior surface, posterior surface, superior border and inferior border. The neck is continuous with the body of the pancreas. Now here at the level of neck, the plane of the head of the pancreas and plane of the body of the pancreas make the forward angle. Neck of the pancreas lies opposite to the formation of portal vein. Portal vein is formed by union of, this one is the superior mesenteric vein, and here you can see this vein is the splenic vein. These two veins will form the portal vein behind the posterior surface of neck of pancreas. So here on the posterior surface of the neck of pancreas there is shallow groove. In the lower part of the shallow groove there is position of superior mesenteric vein, and in the upper part of that shallow groove there is position of portal vein. Now body of the pancreas that extends from the abdominal aorta to the anterior surface of the kidney. This body of the pancreas is prismoid in shape and triangular in cross section. So it has superior border, this border is the anterior border, and this border is the inferior border, and it has three surfaces. So this surface becomes the antero-superior surface, and it is directed little bit upward and concave. This surface becomes the antero-inferior surface. So this surface is directed downward, and this more posteriorly this surface is the posterior surface. So this anterior surface, antero-superior surface, is separated from the stomach by the cavity of lesser sac, and this antero-inferior surface is separated from the transverse colon by the cavity of greater sac. This superior border of the body on the right end, it presents the triangular projection which is called as tuber omentale. Opposite to it there is position of celiac trunk. So you can see here celiac trunk. Then rest of the border, superior border, is related to the tortuous splenic artery. So you can see this one is the splenic artery which is related to the superior border of the pancreas, and this tortuosity of the splenic artery allows the movement of the spleen, and it also allows the distension of stomach and regulates the blood flow towards the spleen. On the right end, this border near the right end, this inferior border, from here there is the emergence of superior mesenteric vessels, and which occupies the anterior surface of uncinate process. Posterior surface of the body of pancreas, you can see here it is related to the splenic vein. So remember, splenic artery and splenic vein do not accompany each other. This anterior border of the body of the pancreas provides attachment to the transverse mesocolon. You can see this one is the transverse mesocolon which has been removed, and you can see this is the transverse colon. So each border of the body of pancreas is related to, this is the superior border which is related to the splenic artery, this one is the anterior border which is related to the transverse mesocolon, and this one is the inferior border. Near the right end of the inferior border there is emergence of superior mesenteric vessels. Now tail of the pancreas. Tail of the pancreas, that is that lies within the two layers of lienorenal ligament here. So you can see tail of pancreas, which contains the maximum number of islet of Langerhans. Tail of the pancreas, it is very narrow part of the pancreas. It reaches to the spleen and it lies at the higher level than that of head of pancreas. So vertebral level for the tail of pancreas, that is the lower border of T12 vertebra, and it is the most mobile part of the pancreas. From the tail end of the pancreas is detached from the posterior abdominal wall and it is reflected on the right side. You are able to see the posterior surface of the pancreas which has been dissected, and this one is the main pancreatic duct or duct of Wirsung. So main pancreatic duct starts from the tail end of the pancreas by union of small ducts, and it passes from the left to the right side between the upper and lower margin close to the posterior surface. In its course, this main pancreatic duct receives small ducts at regular interval, and this opening into the main pancreatic duct appears like herringbone pattern.